So you're being thrown into the Battletech grinder. You're allowed to take one mech. We're going to open this up potentially to any weight class, any tonnage. And the question is, on your team of other players, think a big Battletech game, you're going to work together for mission goals. You're going to work together to try and survive, but essentially it's just going to be slug it out for a number of turns, and let's see which side has taken the most damage on there. What mech would you select? We're going to leave this in terms of tech and era, Inner Sphere, Succession Wars. Pull any mech you want. Now, naturally, thinking about this, my gut reaction, my player personality is some sort of assault mech, maybe a stalker, probably an awesome, and to be very aggressive and very open with that. But then when I step back and think a little bit more logically, and it's going to shock you, my choice is going to shock you because it does not come, if you've been following my vlogs, my Battletech vlogs for a while, it does not involve an autocannon 20. And I have to show a little bit of restraint on here. My first thought was, if this is going to be slug it out, grinder to the death, team-wise, do I really want to be in an assault mech? And, you know, there's a lot of things in your lance if you're controlling multiple units as a player, as a mech commander, that you often have one or two pieces. They could be mechs, they could be vehicles that are very, very potent, that are very, very important to your build. Your opponent can't let them survive. I mean, I can't be angry at my opponent if they destroy one of my key mechs because it's so potent and powerful they can't let it live. Now, if we spread that out across 10, 15 players on each side, each controlling a mech, we've got an initiative system worked out to handle that. If I take the number one target, if I take something really, really powerful, and there's going to be some balance out with battle value and mechs and stuff, then how long am I really going to last? So then if we go on the opposite side, you know, there's a couple of light mechs that I think I could have fun with, but that leaves me open to the wild card on there. Because, of course, look, I'm going to be running around if I take a light mech, but if one or two people come after me or I get hit with a lucky shot and get taken out, then I'm done. I'm out. And again, if I was commanding a lance and had other mechs to play with, every loss is not appreciated, but I could recover from that. So that now essentially, and we're leaving it mechs versus mechs. So now that funnels me into medium mechs. Because I've got some armor, I've got some tonnage, I've got some weapons, I've kind of got the mix of everything on there where I feel like I can contribute to the mission. If I find myself singled out or gunned by two or three other mechs, I can at least withdraw or try to get into a good position. And I've got a range and mix of weapons. So I'm thinking going in as a medium mech. This is not City Fight. This is not City Tech. That would change things. And I'll share with you my pick for that type of scenario. Secondary, essentially the Blackjack. I'm going to go with the Blackjack. I've got the autocannon 2s for maximum range. So what that means is I can play the range game and at least be shooting at everything. As we move into the mid game or end game, assuming I'm still up, now I have the range where I can hunt for crits on there and go critical seeking for systems in there. I've got enough ammo that essentially firing pretty much every time I'm in range of some target, even needing 12s, I've got enough. I can do that. I've got the mobility in the mech to get me into a good position or get me out of a position in there. And I have the medium lasers to fall back on. Now, because this is going to be a big game, and it's classic Battletech, regular Battletech. I never liked the classical. I'm glad we're kind of dropping that, but it's not the Alpha Strike rules. And since it's going to be so big and there's going to be a lot of mechs on either side, even though we're playing on teams, I kind of feel like I want to stay at range because there's certainly going to be a couple of aggressive players here, but do I want to be using those medium lasers? I've got something to not utilize them, if possible. I want to kind of push out that range. Secondary choice, although some could argue a better choice, but I'd have to be a little bit more aggressive, the catapult. I mean, yeah, okay, catapult is superior to the Blackjack in most roles. My second choice for the catapult, simply look, I've got the redundancy of the long-range missiles. So I've got range there. I've got good soak. Some would argue even better crit seeking because I want to get those clusters on there. I could do indirect. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for that. I've got the mobility of speed. I've got the mobility of jump. I've got the whole brace of medium lasers on there. By specializing in the blackjack, I'm trying to push out that extreme range even further. And I'm hoping that's going to open up some tactics because that's what I'm going to play. That's what I'm going to explore. Your pick of what you would play.